Hi guys, I have a coloring and card tutorial for you today, and today I'm gonna make a sweet little Christmas card. I really love this pattern paper by Lawn Fawn that I found when I was cleaning. I didn't know that I had a couple of sheets of it, but it came in one of the older Simon Says Stamp card kits. And I was cleaning out all my card kits, kind of putting all the pattern paper amongst my pattern paper and the cardstock amongst cardstock and stuff like that, because I rarely go into the kits. So I thought, hey, just use it as a material pack and add the materials to where I usually have them. But yeah, so I found this pattern paper, which actually is, I think it is a part of the same release as these two stamp sets that I've chosen. So I really wanted to use those. You will see here I'm not showing you all of the stamping. I'm actually ended up stamping a lot more than I was using, kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do while I was stamping. So all of the color stamping is with Lawn Fawn inks. All of the details and materials are also in the description down below if you want to find exactly what the names of the inks and stuff are. I really love these inks. They are a little bit more crisp than other dye inks that I have tried, so I have bought a little bit bunch. I didn't buy all of them. I think I bought 4 or 5 different colors for my Christmas stamps, and then I can kind of add more when I start making other cards, because I will be making a lot of Christmas cards coming up, starting really the 1st of December, but I have a couple of few in the beginning here. This is the little bunny. This is actually the bunny that will be on the card. I'm using some Copics to color him, and I'm using the W4, W2, W0 and the colorless blender as color for the bunny. I'm going to use some R30 for the inside of his ears also. So I start out with putting some shadows on my bunny. Then I'm going in and kind of enlarging the rounded shadows. There are different kinds of shadows. There are cast shadows and there are rounded shadows. And this little critter mostly have rounded shadows. So then those I kind of try to gradually extend so it looks like they are round. Anything that is have any kind of shape usually have some kind of this kind of shadow. So that is what I'm doing with my little critter. The light is going to come from kind of the middle of the card, and therefore the rabbit will have his shading on one side and the little birdie will have on the other. So I cut out the coloring of the other bunny because he's not going to be on the card, but as I did all of the ears and tails at the same time, I just let that coloring to stay in. I probably will use him for something else, but I decided later that I didn't want to use him for that. I'm coloring the little birdie totally red, very Christmas red. I'm just using 3 colors. I'm using R27, R37 and R89. So R89 is my darkest color. And then I'm just kind of trying to get those shadows to blend and finishing off with the R27 for the highlights. This to give it a really deep red, because I really like having deep reds for Christmas. I never ended up using the poor little red birdie. He was cut out of everything. And then I am doing the scarf in red and grey, so it's kind of looking the same together with the bunny and the birdie. So basically a red and white striped, but I'm using very dark grays, and I blended the grays a little bit too much, so it ended being more like red and light gray. But that's okay. I kind of liked how it ended up, so I didn't mind it looking this way. And yeah, that is as I said, I found the paper. The video that I made for Friday's video was actually is one of the entries for the Lawnscaping challenge, which is in with the old. But I decided that when I found the papers that matches this set, I just couldn't stop myself to make a card with that and kind of have that as my second entry. I think you can enter like 3 times or something. And I'm just having a lot of fun entering the Lawnscaping challenges and making cards with these small cute stamps. I make a lot of cards at the moment. I want to make cards. I want to play with all the materials, and after you clean you find so many new things or old things that are new for you because you haven't seen them in a while, like this pattern paper, which I think is from the 2014 November card kit. So I'm gonna use the little sentiment in the lower right corner for a sentiment for my card. So that is why I cut out the little square. The squares are the Simon's Stamp square die, and then it's the Simon's Stamp Hills and Slopes, I think it's called, stitch dies that I have used for this because I really like them. Here I'm just kind of positioning everything how I want it. As it is a very small card, I cut out a lot of trees and I will be using 2 of them. Because it is a smaller card, I kind of wanted to figure out how I would fit everything in the card, and then playing around which would fit better. And I kind of figured out that the standing bunny would fit better on the card. So I removed everything that I thought would be on foam squares, and then started just adding the things that were going to be on tape first, as they are the ones that are kind of in the back of this. I was thinking from the beginning the card is actually spaced, so the whole stick with the little thingy should fill up, but I ended up cutting it off instead. And then I'm using some tape to adhere that little scarf to my Christmas tree. I thought that would be adorable. Just a little white and grey scarf. I'm having a lot of fun playing around with these stamp sets. I have much more things laying around that I haven't shown you. Among things, places where I have actually made sentiments and wrote them backwards. Yeah, I do that sometimes. I do have a video where I actually wrote a sentiment and then used you are instead of yours. Yeah, that was happens. Yeah, I decided in the end to put the little tree down with some tape because I felt the kind of front of the whole card would be a little bit too busy if I put it on foams. So I let it kind of look like it's a little bit more closer to the bird and the bunny by putting it on the front side of the hill. And then I'm putting some foam tape on the back side of the bird and the bunny to make them look like they're even closer to you. Just trying to play with some kind of depth. And I end up cutting off that little branch and giving that a little bit of tape when I realized it was actually loose, because I like things to be sit down pretty good on my cards. This foam tape, it has a lot of stickiness if you push it down thoroughly, so you only need really small pieces. I usually put more on to keep them level, but in this case, as the images are so small, I didn't really need more foam tape. And then we're adding on the little birdie, and our kind of front panel is done. I make a card base for this myself, so cut it down to 3.5 by 7 inches. It's the same Nina card that I have stamped and colored on, so it's just the other side of that bit of cardstock. Then I'm scoring it at 3.5, so it's a square base of 3.5 by 3.5. And then I'm going to use some tape on the back side of my panel to add it on to my card base. And that is actually the card for today. I hope you like it. If you do, please thumbs it up. It means a lot to me. If you have any questions, just comment down below. If you want some more videos like this, just hit that subscribe button. If you want to know more about the details of the card, you have the links and everything in the description bar and also on my blog. And here are 2 other lawn fawn cards that I have done. So thank you again so much for watching, and I see you later. Bye!